Peace, family. This is Ajore Calfani, your urban war coordinator, with another verbal war report. So I'm reading this morning on BBC about melanoma tests. They just unveiled a blood test that will detect early stages of melanoma. So this is an Australian study, and it's being done. You can find it on the BBC.com, also on CNN under experimental blood tests. This just came out today. It says Australian scientists say they have developed a blood test to detect melanoma in its early stages. The test, billed as the world's first, a designate, is designed to make it easier to spot the skin cancer before it becomes fatal, according to researchers. Currently, doctors rely on skin examinations and biopsies to detect melanoma, which can spread quickly. Researchers say the blood test could provide more accurate results than that of the human eye and save many lives. Was developed by science at Edith Cowan University. The test picks up melanoma by recognizing autoantibodies produced by the body to combat the cancer's early growth. In a trial involving about 200 people, half of whom had cancer, the test was successful in 81.5% of the cases. It will now undergo clinical trials to take place within 3 years in a bid to improve its accuracy to 90%. Researchers hope it could be approved for use within the next 5 years. Now, what are some ways you can tell you can avoid getting melanoma is to stay out the sun. And if you are in the sun, to stay covered up with clothing or sunscreen. Another thing is not to use tanning beds. Now, there's discussion that states that black people also get melanoma, and they are right. Black people do get melanoma. Of course, we're all human. We all can be exposed to UV sun rays. So, but not in the same form as Europeans and Caucasians. They're getting it at a way higher rate, and they're dying off. I mean, the difference is up to 28.5% in Australia, as far as for Europeans, and 2% for Africans and African descent. That's the difference. That's a big difference. And that's every 1,000 people. So them comparing themselves to us and saying, well, you can get it too, is not the same. It's not the same, exactly. So who are they developing these tests for? You know, it's not for us. If you look at the history that Europeans had with us, people with African descent, Africans, there's never been any intention to help us. They always have been attacking us, always, to this day, continue to attack us. We are their polar opposites, and therefore we are their threat. And where they getting melanoma treatments from? You ever heard of, it was this pill that you can get, and you digest it, and it will help to create melanoma. Of course, black people wouldn't use that, but it does help darken your skin. They made a movie on Soul Man about it. That's called Soul Man back in the 80s. Used to love that movie. But so I'm just reading up on it. I'm just, the sun is kicking their ass. I know a lot of people talking about we have to do this and we have to do that, but honestly, the biggest thing you have to do is separate yourself. Literally separate yourself. We are funding our destruction. And when you reproduce and you continue to build with and work with, a group of people whose whole purpose is literally to destroy and us specifically, you have to take a stand at some point. And it's sad we are the only group of people, when I say we, I'm talking about black people mostly. We are only group of people are being held to a humanizing standard, that we have to be human. We have to be caring. No, we don't. We don't have to. No, we don't. You can separate yourself. You can decide that, fuck that. Y'all don't want to be around us. Y'all don't want us to survive. Y'all don't want us to live. We at least got the sun backing us. We can back up and let the sun do what it do. They did a study in Nigeria. My sister pointed out to me recently. But this study came out and it says that 21 cases of malignant melanoma occurring in the Libos of Nigeria have been analyzed. The site of predilection is the sole of the foot, i.e. that's the less melanated part of your body in your palm of your hand. But yeah, the sole of your foot. It was a commercial in South Africa about that. That shit had me crying. I posted that though. This result supports the conclusion that Negroes tend to have the disease in the non-pigmented parts. Since preventive surgery has been advocated in Caucasians in whom sole melanomas are not common, it merits consideration and, if possible, implementation in the African Negro. The challenge implicit in this form of prevention oncology should be accepted by plastic surgeons, including Africans who specialize in this field abroad. Now, this study was done in 1974, 1979. I can print out the abstract, but I just posted it on my link. But yeah, I just felt it interesting that, you know, this study just came out again. You can find this on the BBC news. It's under melanoma blood tests, and you can also find it on CNN, and I'm probably pretty sure you can find it in other places. Under CNN, you'll find another experimental blood test. But yeah, it's interesting. I think you guys should look into it. Trying to find data on who is and who is not susceptible to melanoma is becoming, you know, harder to find, because they're screwing the data up. They're mixing us with Asians and Indians and all kind of stuff. They're dicing us up. But the truth is, everybody of color who is non-white is literally would be black. If you're not, because white supremacy, which covers continents and is global, it is not dependent on what you're mixed with. They literally are going about this based on your pigment. You're white, you're not mixed with anything else, you're pure. That's what it's based on. It's not based on, you know, you're Asian and you're mixed with Indian. And no, none of that stuff is valued at all. It's not important. You know, so anybody who's non-white technically is not under the ban of white supremacy, you know, so that can be anybody, Asians, Indians, but they're mixing us up with Hispanics, everything else. But the truth is, Africans, who you know, name one person you know, black with melanoma. Name one. Name a high-profile case other than Bob Marley who had died of melanoma. All the famous black people all throughout the centuries, and you can't tell me not one group of people who passed away. Like, the numbers are not the same. They're not the same. The sun is fucking them up. You can literally just step back and let the sun do what it do. All these people who want to hate and destroy, fine, let them do that on their own. Remove yourself from them. It's not that hard. Again, I'm Ajure Kalfani, your urban war coordinator with a verbal war report. So stay up, family. You know, at least we have nature on our side. You know, hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna try to do more videos and stuff and keep busy. I like to you know, just educate, you know, and learn more. You know, that's what I'm about. I like to learn more and educate, and I'm not about to get caught up in this Trump stuff, what y'all talking about, man. Trump doing this with Putin and that. Listen, man, if Trump was Obama, we wouldn't be having this conversation. There would be no news reports. These white people would have burned down this country by now. That's facts. So y'all get caught up in that, but you know, just pay attention to other things that's going on in the world too. Like they're trying to create a test to prevent them from dying. So that means right now the best way to prevent them from dying is to reproduce with your black ass. That's the best way they have to prevent themselves from dying, because the sun is turned up. It's been turned up since 2010, 2011. It's its most active at 2012, and it will continue to increasingly become more active. The sun is going to continue to turn up. It's going to continue to get hotter. It's going to continue to be less winters. So yes, love your melanated self. Love your pigmented self. Stop hating yourself. God ain't give you this for no reason. All right? And if you around right now, you're going to see how bad it's going to get. And it's not going to be so much for us. They're getting mad and destroying because they understand even nature works against them. That's something psychological to wake up and say why this man burns and why this one does not. I mean, you got to look at it from their perspective too. What would make them so envious of you that they would want to hate you and kill you? You know, it says in their Bible that they read, because it's not ours. It says that God created man in their image, plural, multiple gods, not one. They said plural, They're in their image. So we're created in our God's image. Okay. And we reflect that. The sun does not destroy us. So please learn to love yourselves, y'all. All right? Stay up. Peace and blessings, family.